Hey guys, Cody here, and I'm going to be doing the Raccoon deck build. Quick word before we begin. This happens to be my favorite deck to run. It may not be the most amazing, but it's really kind of fun. So I'm going to go monsters, traps, spells, extra deck, side deck. And this is actually a really competitive deck. I really like it. Okay, so first off, 3 copies of Baby Raccoon Ponpoko. Basically what this does is it allows you to bring this guy, Baby Raccoon Tantan, in face down defense mode, or it allows you to go into another tech, which would probably be Chow Chow Chan, which I'll get to later. Now, that just allows you to bring any level 2 beast type monster to the field in face down defense mode. And this one allows you, when it's flipped, to bring any beast level 2 beast type from your deck to the field and face up. Like special summon it and face up. Doesn't matter what position. Except for himself, and the same goes with Ponpoko. They can't bring themselves out. But they are the main engine in this deck. And next up, we got 3 junk synchrons. Yes, I'm running the junk variant in case people didn't know what that is. This is the only, one of the only non-beast type monsters in the deck. And the reason I have it in here is because it brings back a ton of level 2s, which is kind of what you want for synchroing purposes. That's a good card. Chow Chow, a trap stun basically, very effective. Or you can bring him out using Tantan and overlay him. Yet again, it's pretty good. I like it. Next would be 1 Catnip Kitty, because I don't have more. If I did, I'd probably use more. But when this card is summoned by the effect of, this card cannot be destroyed as long as it can't be targeted for an. Let me gather my thoughts here. This card cannot be targeted for an attack as long as there is another beast type on your side of the field. That makes him kind of a pain if you manage to get the XEs out. Desert Tapir to flip your Tantan back down. And maybe other tech cards that you might have implemented, such as Hane, but I wouldn't honestly do that. Then Skuyomi, same reason as Desert Tapir. You could just ruin someone's day with those 2. Trap cards. First up, Number Wall, just because there's a number monster involved in the deck. Number Overlay Boost. You can take any 2 monsters from your hand and use them as overlay materials for a monster when that monster runs out of its overlay materials. It can only work for number monsters, however, which is kind of a drawback. 2 Sakuretsus for minor threats. Nothing too serious there. 2 Gravity Binds, because it's a bunch of level 2s and you tend to do a lot of X-using with the deck, so yeah. It's nice. Wabaku, self-explanatory, just defense. Fiendish Chain, stop the boss monsters. Not much else to say, really. Negate attack. Again, just a cock block. Magical Cylinder. Yeah. Magical Cylinder is always just going to be in there. Draining Shield. Just to gain the life points. Needle Sealing, in case your opponent spams out of his ass. Ordeal of the Traveler, pretty balanced deck, so yeah, chances are you're getting a pretty decent amount of everything. Call the Haunted, bring back maybe a number monster, maybe a junk warrior. Huge Revolution is over in case somebody tries to board wipe you. Spell cards. Bait Doll. Good trap stun. Spell Absorption, in case your opponent's running a lot of techies spell-oriented crap. Vortex, Sweeping. MST, get rid of back row. Draw power. The more beasts you have on the field, the more effective this card gets. Because it says draw 1 card for each face-up beast-type monster you control. However, you can't activate any spell or traps. You can set them, though. Spiritual Forest, it just kinda the first attack that the opponent would have against a beast type would be stopped. A traffic. 3 or more monsters. If your opponent controls 3 or more monsters, they can't attack. Or another mighty. Reduce your opponent's monsters' attack power times their own level. Double defender. When you have 2 or more defense position monsters, you can negate 1 attack per turn. Level limit for high level monsters like D-rulers. Bog spirits, so cards like D-rulers can't attack the turn that they're summoned. Next, extra deck. 2 Sundials. Only reason I don't have 3 is because I don't own one yet. I'm going to be getting a 3rd one soon. Gotchi for support. Armored Kappa for support, and because it's a level 2. 2 Ra's in case I manage to get 2 Junk Warriors out and they're chained or whatever. Zen Mines in case I get 2 Junk Synchrons out. I don't want a Synchro or I ran out of Synchros. Junk Warriors, got 2 of them right now because I don't have 3. A lot of people might be saying, why don't you have 3? Everybody's got 3. Well, I don't, because I traded some of mine off. So yeah. Then, Underworld Fighter Balmung, in case I get a token out. Scarred Warrior, just for defensive purposes. Zen Mines, defensive Zeman the Ape King, defensive purposes. Now, to get into what some of these cards do, in case you don't know, Raccoon Ronin Sundayu. When he is, once per turn you can remove an Xyz material from him to create a token that has the equal attack to the strongest monster on the field. It doesn't matter if it's your side of the field or your opponent's side of the field. It'll have equal to the strongest attack power. Combine that with Gotchi, which boosts all of its constituents by 200 per overlay material attached to it. You could easily have a token that can exceed your opponent's strongest monster if you really tried. Armored Kappa. You can remove an overlay material to have him gain 1,000 attack or defense. And once per duel, you can discard 1 card to make it so your monsters can't be destroyed by anything or targeted by anything. So that only works once per duel, during 1 turn. Zeman. If it attacks, your opponent can't activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can select the monster and send 1 monster from your hand or your side of the field to the graveyard to negate that. Pretty nice. For when you get Junk Warrior out, Scarred Warrior is nice. Balmung, when he's destroyed by a card effect, you get the special summon a level 4 or lower from your deck, even from your graveyard. Junk Warriors, just because there's a ton of level 2s in this deck, these tend to be nice. Plus, if you get those tokens out, oh man, there's fun. Zen Mines, just cock block. Tiraz, again, cock block. Pretty fun. I honestly really enjoy this deck. I've only lost like 3 times so far, and it's not even complete yet. I'm still missing 3 cards. Well, 4, but next side deck, Nordic Relic for Sengamen, just in case. Just Tornado for support techiness. Elfun for synchroing. The only thing you're really going to get out with that is Balmung, but that can still be useful because it can bring back. Because when it's killed, if you have any one of your beasts banished, you can just plop it back into the field. Regen for Sundayu or for Gotchi. Uniflora. You basically summon it and tribute it and special summon something. I don't really like it, but it's the only thing that it's a good tech. Crash Bug. I haven't used this yet, and I don't think I plan on it, but you know, could happen. A limit of extermination. Get rid of a trap or spell card that could probably ruin your opponent's day. Threatening roar. Just stop. No. Smashing ground. Hit the strongest opponent's monster. So yeah, that was the Raccoons. Now, if you want to see me do test duels against myself or one of my friends using any of my decks, be sure to leave a comment. And if you would be so kind, subscribe. I mean, I'm kind of new, but you know, it'd be kind of cool to have someone supporting me. So, alright, see ya.